Go ahead and turn in your notebooks to the percent increase and decrease page. We've only filled out the percent decrease so far, and today we're going to fill in the percent increase. So when we talked about a percent decrease, we knew that the amount went down, because when we're having a decrease, the word decrease means down, and so that was like a mark down, a discount, or off. When we have a percent increase, increase means to go up. So in this case, our amount goes up. So for this, we could be talking about any amount that increases. If I used to have 20 students and now I have 24 students in a class, I could figure out what was the percent increase because the amount was going up. And here are some different situations where you might see a percent increase. One example is a markup, the opposite of markdown. A markup is when a store buys something for a certain amount of price from a company, and then before they sell it, they mark it up so that they actually make some money when they sell it. So that's called a markup. Another thing in which the amount goes up is for tax. If you have to pay sales tax on something, it means you have what your total is that you're going to pay, and then there's a little bit of tax that's added on, so the amount that you're going to pay actually increases once tax is added. And then one last thing is tip. If you've ever gone to a restaurant or a coffee shop where you need to tip, you'll know that that increases the amount that you spend, because you might spend $3 on a coffee but then tip 50 cents, and so the amount that you're paying is increasing. So these are some examples of the times that we have an increase. All right, and now we're going to do one quick example, but just like we did for the mark down, we're going to do this example in two ways. So we're going to talk about a $20 meal with a 15% tip. That's going to be our example, a $20 meal with a 15% tip. All right, and for strategy number one, we're going to start off with a tape diagram. Okay, and I'll of course label it with 0% and 100%. And in my first strategy, I'm just going to look at for whatever percentage I already see in my problem. Here I see a 15%, so I'm going to make 15% right there. I know that the meal was originally $20, and so my original, which is kind of like our whole, is going to go above the 100%, because it was originally a $20 meal. And we do not know what the tip is. Now that we have that, we can cross multiply. We get 100x on this side, and over here we get 300. So 100x equals 300, divide by 100, and we'll get x equals 3. But in this case, I know that I'm not just going to spend $3 on this meal. That wouldn't make any sense. I do know the meal was $20 and my tip was 15%. So that tells me my 15%, that $3, is actually my tip. So to solve the problem, I need to add the original cost of the meal plus the tip, which will equal $23 total. So I tipped $3, but my whole meal didn't cost $3. My whole meal cost $23. All right, and our last strategy to solve the same problem. I have my 0% and 100%. Now in this strategy, instead of adding at the end, I'm going to actually add at the beginning. I know I'm having a 15% tip, and since that's going to make my cost go up, instead of over here where we subtracted the percent because we were taking off 30%, here I'm going to add that 15% because I know I'm going to need to add that tip on. So I'm going to add 15%. So I'll extend my bar tape diagram a little bit. 100 plus 15 is 115%. My original meal cost $20. I don't know how much it's going to cost once we've added on that tip though. So now I can cross multiply. I get 100 times x is 100x. And 20 times 115 is 2,300. So I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by 100. We'll get x equals 23. Now in this case, I know that's my final answer because I already added on the 15% before I even cross-multiplied. And it's the same answer that we got in strategy 1. So both of these strategies are very similar, but you can choose which one makes more sense to you or which one goes more quickly for you.